What's up, people? We are back. John Delarose here, delarose.com. If you're not familiar with me, I am a #1 best-selling author. I'm a comic creator myself, and I have links to my newsletter and my Amazon page down below if you want to check out my books. You can get a free graphic novel by signing up for my newsletter, and of course, I appreciate everybody who supports the channel by going to Amazon and grabbing those books. It's what we're all about here. This is a book called Grave by Dan Fraga. And Grave just came out from IDW, and this is like a passion project Dan Fraga did as like his own solo graphic novel. Dan's worked on a bunch of stuff before. Witchblade, he's worked on the Doom Patrol recent series doing their storyboards, and he has a book out on Indiegogo right now called... gosh, I'm blanking on this, and I'm recording this. That's too bad. It's called Black Flag, I believe. Okay, I hope that's the case. All right, I backed it, but I don't remember the name. Sad. Oh, well, this is about Grave, which is out right now anyway. You can look up Dan Fraga on Indiegogo. I'll put the link in the description below when I get around to this. All right. Professional YouTubing, right? I got a cool things, and I go to Flying Colors Comics, and there was a special Flying Colors insert that this was signed by Dan there. And this is such a cool concept. So what Dan did when he was doing this, he gives a nice little intro to it. But he started laying out this story on trading cards. And so you get this cool, classic, sort of cartoony style. Very different from a lot of the stuff I've seen of his in the past. But it's definitely this like very, very classic style. Cool stuff. And each one of these was laid out on a trading card. So he would do these like one day at a time. And every day he'd just kind of add to the sketches and put it on to create a story. And he ran the story, I don't know if it was done on the back or whatnot originally, but all these trading cards ended up with a story to them and some like dialogue down below. Now this reminds me of the classic like family circus style. You know, you'd have the art and then you'd have the dialogue down below like that. So very nostalgic. And what's interesting is nostalgia is a big theme of this story. So he talks about going to comic book stores, and some of these are in color. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I was thinking maybe he was doing like one every day, and then on Sundays he did color, but it doesn't look like he actually did that. I don't know what the rhyme or reason was for the color versus not, but some have color, some don't. These boys are going off on an adventure, and they tell a lot of like tall tale type stories about themselves, like in their imagination and all that. And then there's these like 1950s and 1930s stories that tie into this also. So you get all this like this sort of like coming of age nostalgia of these young boys, and then you learn about these like circus freaks from like a long time ago also, and you also learn about this like Bat Boy who's going on a date at some point. And so through the course of this, and there's a lot of these, I don't know exactly, maybe it was a whole year worth of stories what he attempted to do. Look at how good he draws these animals and things like that. Very cool. He really experiments with a lot of different kinds of drawings through this. It's a very arty experimental book, and different styles depending on the different eras. Cool stuff. But what happens is like there's this like time capsule of stuff that's like kept from the 30s. These kids find it, and they also find that that it ties into the 1950s story as well. I don't want to give too much away for people who want to do this. Check this out. This is they were finding an old baseball card, and he did a representation of an old baseball card from a long time ago, and that's what they look like. They used to be in like bubblegum packages and things like that back in the day. Cool stuff. So tons of cool nostalgia and stuff like that. Look at this spider. Dan's got a fascination with spiders. And it all ties in, and the kids end up related to this this whole situation, which you find out at the end. Very cool stuff. A little Calvin and Hobbes referencing. Lots of references throughout this entire thing. If you love to spot the references and the Easter eggs, you're gonna really enjoy this. And there's a lot of autobiographical stuff from Dan Fraga's life, to my understanding. So there's a lot of, it really feels, I'd say, emotive in that regard. So cool little art project, really enjoyable. And I think he did a great job with this. Very different than anything you're going to find out there. So it's not going to be your standard comic tale. You're going to have a very different experience with this. Very fun stuff. All right, good. The Grave, enjoyable. love indie stuff. I love experimentation. I love artistry, and Dan Fraga provides all of that. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.